Good morning and welcome to the Crafty Canary for your tip on Tuesday. Today's tip is going to be how I finish the edges on the inside of a pillow cover, but it's really also to show you why I sew the pillow covers that I make the way that I do. So the Crafty Canary is not just a YouTube channel, but I also have my own business making home accessories and fashion accessories and doing sewing. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I do for the pillow covers. Now, this is a purchased one. This was on our outdoor furniture when we moved here, and I've washed the cover, but I want to show you what happens to the inside when I wash it. So as I unzip it, you will see, I'll turn it wrong side out, what has happened. We have these wads of threads that have come off these unfinished edges. Now these cushions are really well made, but the people who made them did not take the time to finish these edges so that when you wash it and with just time and wear, these edges will ravel. So I'm going to show you what I do to make that better. Now I can't completely fix it because I have some seams that, like here, are sewn so small there's no way I could get that really under the machine, but these larger seams that are going to have the larger threads that are pulling off, I can finish on my serger. But that is why when I make a pillow cover, which here's some that are in process, I actually, before I even put the pillow together, I finish these edges with a serger. Now for those of you that don't sew and don't know what a serger is, it's a machine, a sewing machine that uses 4 separate threads and sews, cuts, and overcasts the seam at the same time. So when this one is washed, it will not ravel, and these threads that are on the edge will keep those raw edges from raveling. So let me show you how I can do it after the fact. This one has some cording on the edge, so I can't just put it in the machine, and we're gonna have to clip some, I'm gonna use this one. We're gonna have to clip some of the threads before we do it, which is why I have this other one out, because I've already clipped a lot of those off. So I'm gonna put it under the machine, but I can't just put it where it will reasonably fit because this cord is under here, and if I sew that, the seam is not going to catch the edge of that. It has to be really close to that blade. So I've actually got to get that cording underneath the foot, excuse me, and almost cut off just a little bit of that edge. Now while I sew, I want to make sure that I don't get any of this bunched up and caught under there because it might be sewn into it, or it might even get cut off, and we certainly don't want to ruin the outside of the cover. So here I go, find my pedal. Now the most difficult part is getting around these curves, and sometimes I might even get just a tiny bit off, which is not the total end of the world. You can go back and get on, or you can even just leave it as is. But I've really got to be careful to make sure that I'm not getting that fabric caught under there, cutting it off. And I've got to go nice and slow and not try to be in a hurry. Slow and steady wins the race, like the tortoise and hare. So let me snip this thread here. And you see on the machine all of the threads and the edges that it cut off that now we don't have to worry about. And when we wash it, it has this nice overcast seam that those threads are not going to ravel so bad. So if you don't have a serger, you can do it on your regular sewing machine, but use a zigzag stitch. But of course you won't have that blade to cut off all those extra threads that have already raveled, so you'll have to come back and do that with your scissors. And if you don't sew and you really want to get this done and you want to get this fixed, find someone who does alterations or who's sewing, and for a small fee they can quickly do that for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with all your friends. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.